Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach and athletic director Jason Holman. Jacksonville gets a win in their final non-district tune-up before district starts this week at Tomato Bowl with Athens. Coach, you go over to Longview. It's their homecoming. The kids all knew about it, and boy, they spoiled it. You kids came away with a 31-21 win. It's got to feel good.
Feel very good, very satisfying always. Anytime you go to hostile territory, and I always preferred that as a player. It's just such an excitement to be able to go over there and kind of impose your will on an opponent and beat them on their home turf. So it was very satisfying for us.
Yeah, and you jumped out to the lead and kind of kept pushing that lead. It was 31-7, and you had a few little things happen at the end of the ball game that allowed them to catch up. Or that game could have been really ugly for you.
Yeah, we got to learn how to go for the throat in those types of situations and put an opponent out. There was a little bit of a lapse towards the end of the game, but overall, very proud of the effort, very proud of the preparation, very proud of the excitement around it, and when we just had our head in the game, and probably the cleanest game we played this year.
I tell you, Coach, just the balance of your offense really, for the second week in a row, you had it against Crandall, you had it this week as well. We'll see the stats in a few minutes, but you ran the ball, you threw the ball when you needed to, and it just you weren't depending on one or the other.
Yeah, and we've talked about that as being the formula for success for us, and I think it continues to be. And it's getting better and better every week. And the mark of any good team throughout the course of the season is you see steady improvement. And that was what was exciting for us coming from the Crandall game when we got some things going. I thought we built on that and improved on that in Pine Tree and hopefully continue that going forward.
Defensively, the tackling continues to get better and better. The secondary had a really good week this last week as well.
Had a really good week. Of course, Devin's interception might have been the play of the game in terms of completely, changing the scenario, switching the momentum. Was a huge play. Of course, him being able to get it into the end zone was huge as well, and kind of started the separation for us. But yeah, proud of their preparation too. Like I said, a couple of lapses towards the end, which we've got to rectify, but all in all, a lot better than has been weeks previous.
Well, there was a lot of highlights in the 31-21 win. Let's take a look at some of those. Jacksonville versus Pine Tree. First play right here, McCown. What a great touch pass to Ryan Walker.
Yeah, really good pass, getting it to Ryan. Of course, he just kind of slipped behind the defense and got across. We felt like we need to start utilizing him some if we're going to put him on the field.
This was kind of a delay a little bit, but Ryan does find Jermaine on that far hash mark.
Yeah, it breaks open a little bit later. Ryan did a good job of buying some time and letting it happen.
Of course, here's the beast package coming up, Jaden from 8.
This just continues to be a mindset for our kids. They even called timeout prior to this run, and, we were able to bang it in for a touchdown.
And of course, you just mentioned this. This is the pick 6 for Devin McEwen, and this was the congratulations play of the game.
Yeah, huge play, great break by Devin. Just playing technique and fundamentals, and made a big play for us and was able to get it in.
And here's a guy that just continues to play well, 3-year starter, Caden Franklin.
Yeah, Caden's our most active guy up front. Great job by him, staying active and getting in there and sacking the quarterback.
Watch the patience here by coming up with Jewalen on this run coming up. It's for 14 yards, but he just kind of waits, and then boom.
Great patience, and that's the mark of any good running back. They know when to go and when to wait. He's getting better every week. Here's
the beast from 6.
Again, another great run by Jaden right there. And of course, just running through a tackle and getting in the end zone.
This is why you got to finish the play. Here's Devin, 59 yards, just missed tackles, and he takes advantage.
This was somewhere in the realm of a 3rd and 15.
It was third, yeah, exactly.
He was able to completely flip the script, so to speak, and take this in for a touchdown. So huge play.
So statistically, Coach, you see right there, passing yards were great. There's the balance on the rushing game. Total yards 378. Time of possession, the second week in a row that you won the time of possession, and just had the one turnover, but 19 first downs. Just a really well-rounded game for your team.
Yeah, the turnover came late in the game, but again, we're obviously want to limit those and keep that number down. But just being able to, complementing each other offensively, defensively, getting stops, getting the ball to the offense, them scoring, and vice versa. That's the formula. That's why you're seeing those statistics line up like that, because we didn't do anything to stress the other side of the ball by not taking care of business on, in one phase. So As long as we can continue to play that way and keep the turnovers down, I think you're going to see improvement and give us an opportunity to win every week.
So now the real stuff starts. It's district play. Athens coming into Tomato Bowl. First time Jacksonville's played Athens, I believe, since 2003. Coach, Athens has been a team that they can do some damage. They got beat last week, but previous week they had a big lead on Rusk, and quarterback got dinged up, and Russ came back and ended up beating them, but he didn't play last week. So let's talk about Athens, what they do offensively and defensively.
So their spread offense, they tend to lean more towards the run than they do the pass, but they'll do both. Their starting quarterback, which started the two previous games, he is a very explosive individual. He can make you miss in a phone booth. Good runner, good athlete. And they'll utilize him through some zone read and some called quarterback run game. Got a really good tailback that's physical and downhill that you're going to have to wrap up and tackle. And they've got some threats in the passing game. One that particularly stands out is their slot, number 3. It's a smaller kid, but he gets open, makes things happen. He's got great hands. So we're really going to have to come to work defensively.
Yeah, their quarterback is a 3-year starter, I believe, Arroyo, and so if he's back, he's going to definitely be a threat. Defensively, Coach, defending them, what team do they most mirror look like that you've already played?
Probably comparable to a White House with what they do.
Well, of course, with Harold's the coach, with that Texas Tech wide open stuff.
Yeah. Probably closer to White House, although they don't throw it as much. But being spread primarily, either doubles or trips with 4 wides, most of the game is what they tend to lean towards. They'll bring in a big H, kind of like we do at times, and put a sniffer or kind of an H-back floating around in there at times. But they want to spread you out, and then they want to try to run the football is what they really want to do.
Coach, it's homecoming week, of course, and those bring all kinds of distractions. And I know you talked to your team about that. And but when you're coming into Tomato Bowl and you won your last game, which wins have been few and far between here, as you know, for the last few years before you got here. How important is it for you to get your kids' mind right to make sure that they understand that all that stuff has to be put on the back burner? We got a football game here.
Yeah. Well, homecoming is always exciting, and then there's no way around that. But we did talk to the kids yesterday about, our mindset. The reason that we have homecoming is because there's a game going on. It gives everybody an opportunity, from alumni to band to cheer to drill, to celebrate some things. But, yeah, we've got to do a great job of keeping our mind focused on what we're doing. Can't get caught up in all the fanfare that's going on. And just, putting our head down and going to work, understanding that we've got a lot on the line here, and it is the first district ball game, and this can be a really huge one for us if we can get that win.
And, of course, from a commonality standpoint, as we see on the screen, they played Kaufman last week, and Kaufman is a team that your team scrimmaged early on, and it was you ended up winning the live portion of that scrimmage. And, of course, that seems like a long time ago, and a lot has changed since the scrimmage. But they come in at 2-2, and Athens is a team that they can score points. I mean, you see right there, they're averaging 36 points a game. So this is going to be a challenge to Coach Gandy's defense to contain them.
Yeah, no question. Of course, last week against Kaufman, the starting quarterback was out, didn't play. I fully anticipate he'll be in the game Friday. So they were a little bit different. They had a bigger kid at quarterback and ran the ball a good bit more. So it kind of changed the dynamic of their offense. But, we've seen Kaufman live and in person, and felt like we competed well with them. They got after them pretty good. So to me, that tells us if we'll handle our business, we can get on the field with them and compete and come out with a win.
Keys to the game to get the win.
It's not getting caught up in everything that's going on outside of the football game itself. Maintaining focus, maintaining poise and composure. This is an old rivalry for me, because when I played, Athens was a big rivalry for us.
It was huge.
So I'm excited about it. I don't know that the kids relate it that well, because it's not, in
it's
most
been 20 years,
history,
since we played them.
The towns aren't too far apart, and they're not too far different. There's a lot of similarities between Athens and Jacksonville. So it's maintaining poise and focus and execution. One play at a time, one play at a time, one play at a time for 4 quarters, and let's go out and get a win.
Well, it's a district opener at Tomato Bowl. It's also homecoming, so we hope to see you there. We'll be on the air at 6:45 on JHS-sports.com. For head coach Jason Holman, I'm Matt Montgomery. We'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signals.